This is Ranger Kidwell Ross, editor at worldsweeper.com and the director of the World Sweeping Association. And I want to tell our listeners about a podcast that is very much applicable to the sweeping industry and sidelines of the sweeping industry, because it's the Sweepers and Tankers podcast that is hosted by Matthew Starnes. And he is all I can let him tell you about that is basically the marketing manager. It's probably another title for Bucher Municipal. And he's a generally all around great guy and does fabulous interviews. And I say that because he did one with me. And uh, that makes me,
Turnabout's fair play, right,
yeah,
Richard?
exactly. So anyway, Matt, if you would tell people, what you're doing with your Sweepers and Tankers podcast and what we might expect, please do.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for this. I do appreciate the opportunity. And I had a background in my younger days before the gray and the white settled in, where I was in radio uh, and survived to tell the tale. And then later, I naturally was like, "Oh wow, podcasting's even easier to do than radio, and I can do it from anywhere." So that's amazing. And so it started with audio podcasts, and then have with Zoom technology that we're using now, just like, well, it makes sense to do a video podcast. And you've interviewed me, I think, once or twice at a trade show here and there, and that was further inspiration to take that leap to video. Um, so I was very happy to do that, but I didn't really see a podcast dealing with both sweepers and tankers, which is what a Bucher Municipal handles here in North America, works with. And I really think, we were talking about it, I guess a little tease on the episode we just recorded, that I see these products, and you kind of share this as well, as you're kind of working together as a holistic approach with different types of equipment, different type of applications to prevent that, save the water, basically save our water tables and stormwater. So it just kind of seemed to kind of go together. It didn't sound too bad either when it was in my head rattling around sweepers and tankers. So
That's,
and so
that's
anyway, so but anyway,
we
yeah,
have it anyway, right there, huh?
yeah. So yeah, and then we've kind of gone from there. But we've had people from engineering department formerly when we were Johnston Sweepers, from the UK. We've had innovation experts on, now yourself, which I think is something we've flirted with for about a year,
Yeah, we
trying to
talked about
try,
doing
trying to arrange this. And we've also interviewed a couple customers where they were able to, almost a case study, if you will, where they're able to share kind of the problem they were running into with not doing street sweeping, or using the wrong, what we were just talking about, using the wrong street sweeper for the particular application that they had. And then that revelation of, oh my gosh, now it's so much better because I'm using the correct equipment
it.
to
Even though I
for the
know I spent
application. So,
a couple $100,000 on the wrong machine,
whew,
it took
yeah,
time to
yeah,
find that out. It's better to have a project like yours where people think, oh, maybe I should really check into this before I pick the machine, so I don't have to buy a second one before the first one's
oh,
out of the block. That's so expensive.
yeah, yeah. It's absolutely amazing. One of them was a episode we did was somebody that from a seaport, where they had, it just sounded like Mordor from from the Lord of the Rings. Very very but it was sulfur and all these corrosive materials, and literally the street sweeper, you could see through the bottom of the chassis to the ground, which was corrosive materials that they had. So it's just, again, having that extra tough sweeper that you need for that certain environment. And
Absolutely.
uh,
Stainless steel
yeah,
as an example.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, which actually did turn out to be their solution in that one. But yeah, so it's kind of far ranging. Really, anything that kind of dovetails into the sewer and tanker world. On the tanker side of it, I've interviewed one of our product managers for the tanker side on one of our smaller units. So it's yeah, it's we try not to do salesy though. We try to really again talk about what's the best for the application or some innovations coming about that can help folks. So really the educational front. So and if I ever retire, I'll probably switch into teaching. So I think it's a natural a natural fit. So.
You are natural with it. One of the things that I've told others, in fact, when you and I did interviews at trade shows, is be like Matt, because I don't have to do
Oh.
editing.
Well, thank you. That's high
Yeah,
praise indeed.
yeah, it is true. So we'll put a link here following this as to how they can find your podcast. And I
Yeah.
really appreciate the extra effort that you and Bucher are putting into providing information out to the industry that's not sales preachy, but is information that everybody can work from. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Ranger.